All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. And remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I got a very special guest for you. All the way from Harlem, New York. Harlem World, y'all. Harlem World. Give it up for Mr. Ryan Lang.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, brother. I am good. Thank you for being on the show today.
Absolutely. Having me.
Man, first and foremost, if y'all really didn't know what was going on here, maybe like the albums, the classics behind, my guest here will let you know what we're going to talk about today. We're here to talk about music. Mr. Ryan Lang, singer, songwriter,
sir,
has accomplished a lot, okay? So we finna go ahead and give this man his flowers now instead of later, because that's just what we do over here, okay? So we're finna dive right into this, Mr. Lang, if you don't mind.
Of course. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Well, first thing I want to talk about is, man, you have a single called Forever. And
yeah.
Not only do you have a single, but you shot the video as well, and you did all this during the pandemic. Can you talk a little bit about this?
Every time I explain the story is probably one of the most interesting stories to talk about, because no one saw a pandemic coming. We didn't think like we would be in quarantine, and it's like, how exactly do you move in a pandemic when you're supposed to be on lockdown but you sneaking outside? So it was interesting. It was interesting, but it definitely taught me a lot about myself within that small amount of time, like how hungry I was, and at any cost I was gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was closed. The barbershops, the stores,
right,
the rehearsal spaces, like everything was on lockdown. So I just pretty much had to make everything work from home. I couldn't go to the gym and lose a little weight, or I was in the house eating for
Yeah.
It was interesting. I feel like we all was doing the same exact things, but just had to push through and make it work, and use my creativity in ways that I didn't think was possible, but it came out incredible.
Now, I find it interesting, especially, like, you're a singer songwriter, like you like really write, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't none of that like BS, like you really write.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm always intrigued when you do have something like the pandemic, and there, pretty much like you said, there's like nothing to do, everything shut down. Basically your creative process can sort of like get a little like back and forth, up and down.
Oh, absolutely.
Because whereas before the pandemic, let's just say, even if you wasn't, doing anything for a while or whatever, you still have the normal process of, okay, I can always go into the studio, I can always lay down this, I can always write this, I can always see what's going on with this, that, there's always something to do.
There's always something to do, yeah.
But now that everything has stopped, and no one's really doing shows here, no one's doing this, no one's doing that, no one's releasing albums or whatever. How does the process of writing songs switch, but like you still have to continue this like process? Like, what goes on in the brain when you have to like go from A to B?
Listen, I was so bored in this house. Like, when I tell you, whatever I could have put my hands on in that moment, I really feel like it taught me how creative I was. Like, I was doing everything, painting, drawing. Mind you, that's not even like my strong suit, but I just had to keep myself busy. I was making clothes. I was making like Instagram videos and freestyling. I really feel like, in a way, I was just like sharpening my tool and getting prepared for, Well, I didn't realize I was doing that in the process, but in it, I was just like, I just need to be creative so I could just stay sustain and fuel my dream. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no other way of like doing anything. Yeah, the studios was closed. There was nobody like, oh, let's do a photo shoot, or everything was like, you got to do everything on your own. So I was doing everything possible. Like, so when I got that phone call, pretty much I was ready. You know what I'm saying? Because I had already been in the process of,
well,
you know?
And look, and I'm gonna say this too. It also speaks to your creativity, you know, because whereas, you know, you make your bones as a singer-songwriter, but now, okay, we sort of have to put this on the back burner. And now, man, as you said, painting, clothes, you know what I'm saying? Doing anything and everything you can to like really get that artistic, you know, creative, you know, juices flowing.
Absolutely.
Which, you know, which you never know later on down the line that may inspire you to write another song or whatever. Oh,
absolutely.
I remember when I was painting, man, I was thinking about XYZ. You know what? Let me write that down.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
I was doing a lot of freestyling during the pandemic on this app called Voicey, and I recently recorded a project, and I didn't even realize that a lot of those songs from the quarantine and my actual freestyles became actual records. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even realize I was doing that in the process, and a whole album came from it. You know?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, where you have to put stuff on the back burner. You know, man, I'm doing all these other things, but you are really keeping that mind sharp because it's not my regular routine, but I'm still thinking about what it is that I do. And so pretty much like you said, you know, you didn't came out of here with probably 2 or 3 albums worth of music, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's off like playing around on this one app, you know, and you never know, you just probably created a brand new avenue and a brand new sound for yourself. So
absolutely, that's exactly what happened. So ready for the world to hear it as well, because it was just really organic. It's just all has just really been like, okay, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, that's what's up, man. But now, look, I want to talk about this because I actually had Ben Rock on my show months ago.
Uncle Vin.
Uncle Vinny. But now, man, I want to talk about you being signed to Illtown Sluggers. Now, I know this is KG and Ben Rock's label and things of that nature, but how did all this come about, man?
Man, so funny story. I was came on as a songwriter initially, working with a few artists who were you know, new up and coming on the roster. In my mind, I always wanted to be an artist and do my thing, but you know, I'm also a songwriter and a creative. So at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna put my art out there in any way possible. So I remember just sleepless nights, like working overnights, going to the studio, waking back up, going to work, going back to the studio. It was just a lot of back and forth. And I don't know if, I mean, obviously they was just paying attention to me and was just really seeing how much of a hard worker I was. And I wasn't complaining. I wasn't asking for anything. I was just doing what I was doing and making it work. And then got the phone call during the pandemic, like, are you ready? And I'm like, my mind said no. Because, you know, what do you mean, am I ready? Like, we're on lockdown. Like,
wait a minute.
Like,
what? Right.
I've been eating Uber Eats for the past 3 months every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not ready. Like, you know, but when he asked me, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And then
boom.
From there, it just really took off. And then I just really haven't stopped with them since. And we've traveled. I've done backgrounds on their new projects, the old projects. Like, they call me for anything, which is a blessing because I grew up watching these dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? And it happened at a good time, because even prior to that, I was just always in my head like, well, I'm working for all these other artists. Like, what about me? But I didn't complain. I didn't, kept asking like, hey. I waited my turn, and when the time came, like, it was the right moment. So it just all happened very seamlessly.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, man. Well, look, and it's pretty much like you said. If you're gonna learn anything, which you already know, I mean, look, me personally, like being like a songwriter, you're always around different crowds of people. And as you said, just because you wasn't a signed artist at the time doesn't mean you don't know anything about like the music industry,
Of course.
So I think having two guys like, KG and Ben Rock, who are veterans of the music industry, and I want to say Naughty is in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. Oh,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like they know what it takes to, make it in the industry, especially to like, cut a record and do an album. So those are great people to learn. But now I want to go on the Wayback Machine just for a little bit now. We can this Wayback Machine, and we're going to talk about like how this music career began now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to tell y'all now, you just can't be any random person going down to the Harlem Boys Choir and you finna go out here and just like audition and they going to bring you on. Nah, player. Nah, you gonna go down there and you gonna do something that you ain't got no business doing, and then they might not even say nothing to you. They just make point, and then trust me, they not pointing for you to come back. They pointing for you to leave. Okay, so I just want to say this, man. You started your music career as a member of the Harlem Boys Choir, man. What do you even remember about that day?
About the day, the audition?
Yes.
The audition was fly, first of all. So I remember junior high school, right?
Okay.
I was always like a class clown, like super talented, but I like to laugh and have fun and dance in my seat and carry on or whatever, right?
Right.
So my teacher, her name is Miss Harrigan. She was like, the Harlem Boys Choir is going to eat you alive. Because I was just not serious at all, but I was very talented. But I'm a preteen. Like, I'm living my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
So ended up going to the Boys Choir of Harlem auditions, and I swear it was the first time like I ever saw so many black boys that did exactly what I did. Because, being in the area I was from, it was obviously black kids, but it's not black kids who do theater and the arts and you know what I'm saying? So
I know.
I'm seeing kids all over from New York who look like me. So I'm like, oh snap. And I will never forget, Whitney Houston had just came out with, I think it's the Just Whitney album. And I did Her Love Is My Love as my audition song.
Word.
And then he asked me to do another song, and I did Angel of Mine by Monica.
Okay.
And those are my two songs. And it's so funny because he told me in the audition, he was like, you chose two great songs for your tone. But at that time, I don't know what tone is and all of that. So I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Like, yeah, all right, man.
Back. Obviously, I made it into school. Looking back, those are two of my favorite songs for sure. But the tones of the songs really match like the essence of my voice. Like, it's really in that soft alto space. You know what I'm saying? So I remember making it, being super nervous, but on top of auditioning, you had to have at least like I think above an 85 average in order to like get into school. So it was this whole thing, but mind you, I'm a class clown. I'm barely passing my classes, you know what I'm saying? So I made it work and I got my average. I mean, I wasn't that bad. Like, you know, I was
No,
passing
I mean,
but like, you know, I was a
right,
jokester too. Like, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, I was passing, but I was low key failing. You know what I'm saying? So I made it into school, and then from there it just really opened up a whole new world for me, because like I left my neighborhood. You know, a bunch of the people who grew up in our hood stayed in that you know, our school in the zone. So being able to hop on the train at 13, 14 and explore New York was amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I was exposed to a bunch of different things early. You know what I'm saying? So I love the Harlem Boys Choir. Like, I would do that whole experience all over again. Like, for real, for real.
Look, man, I mean, it sounds like it's a great time, and it's a very, you know, man, teachable moment, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because
I learned so much.
Look.
How to tie a tie, how to eat with utensils, like the right utensils. You know, a bunch of things that Black boys don't get to really pick up at home. We learned a lot in that school. Like, I remember we ate at the White House a couple times, and it was a class on, you know, put the napkin on your lap. You know what I'm saying? Like, what knife, what fork, you know, this spoon is for the soup or the dessert, or like, we didn't know any of that growing up. You know, even how to tie a tie, we didn't know any of that, you know. So being able to get those gems growing up, like even until this day, my posture, how I talk to people is really what I've learned from that school, you know?
Look, I mean, I say it all the time, you know, it's like, I was always taught when I worked at schools, you know, because I work with youth, and man, I will never forget someone told me, basically, if you really want to know what's going on, first learn the culture, then do whatever it is you want to do. But if you come in here doing whatever it is you want to do and not know the culture of the situation, you're going to have issues. So
I agree.
Those are some of the wisest words that were told to me, you know, like years ago. So I always make it a point to learn what it is and where it is that I am and how I can use what it is that I have to, you know, be effective in the environment that I'm in.
Of course.
But I want to talk a little bit about, you know, your process in writing a song, because I love to ask like creatives, you know what I'm saying? I mean, no offense to those who just sing, yeah, you know what, if you have the, you know, voice and, you know, man, if that's your tool, then so be it. But I like creatives, you know?
Yeah.
Like, not only do they sing, but I write. Not only do I write, but I compose, you know, like, man, I do this, I do this.
There's a vision there, yeah.
Man, there's a vision there. So what is like your process or your preference when it comes to writing? Are you more of a ballad? Are you more pop? Like, what type of songs? Are you more upbeat? Are you like down tempo? Like
yeah.
What's your process?
What's my process? Honestly, music comes to me so easy that it's just in that space. It's just in that moment. Like, and I really draw inspiration from anything and anywhere. Like, and what I was explaining before, like, this pandemic really gave me an opportunity to like learn a lot about my process. You know, I could really hear a beat for the first time and give you a whole freestyle, and just like, you'd be like, that's actually a song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the process is just really like in the moment. I like, as far as like picking a topic, it just depends on the track, where I'm at, what I'm thinking about. It could be a conversation in the room. It's just really in that moment, you know. During this time, I've been finding myself writing a lot of songs on the treadmill, which may be a weird place to be writing songs.
Hey,
but
yeah,
it's like I'm moving and my brain is going, and I'm typing as I'm walking up this hill or what have you. Like, It just really depends on the room. And you know, it depends on who I'm working with, but music comes so natural. So like, it's just how I'm feeling in that moment. I wouldn't say I have a process per se. I like to just go in the booth and just go, you know, like, as for example, when I'm recording with my producers, 80 and the Tramp, shout out to them.
Yeah.
We I come over, we talk for like a good, like maybe like 20 minutes or so. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk, we'll watch Martin maybe, we'll eat something, you know what I'm saying? We'll like pour into each other, we'll put the beat on, and then we just go, you know? And then like, it's like talking with friends, and you know, we're all from New York and we all understand. Mm-hmm. So it's just super organic. And you know, it don't ever feel like it's work, or it doesn't ever feel like forced. It's just always feel like, to me, I always feel like a magic in the room when I'm recording. Like,
okay.
Shout out to Michael Jackson. No, but like I just always feel like this, like, geniusness, dust, feathers. I don't know. It just always feel like, a friend of mine just told me the other day, like, I feel like he can tell I feel music different. And now that I'm looking back, I'm like, I really do. Like music really affects me in a way that I'm not sure if it's like that for everybody else, you know, because like, I just get this thing, I just get this feeling. I don't know, like.
Well, can I just say something?
Yeah.
I mean, being around a lot of musicians, and, you know, especially like independent artists, especially like rap artists or what have you, like, I've seen people really make songs and stuff from like scratch, you know what I'm saying? Dozens of times. Certain people, they're just alchemists when it comes to like music. It doesn't matter. Anything they touch, man, like, I can make this a song. I can make this. I can make this. I can make that. It don't really matter to me. Like, anything in this room, I can make into something musical.
Yeah.
And you don't just go out and get that. You literally have to be tapped in. And what it sounds like is you're really tapped in to your talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, to a point where, you know, and I even say this about people who actually make music. Like, if you look, I mean, man, if you just go out here and you're just out here making beats because you think it's cool or whatever, you know, fine. No disrespect or whatever. But there are people out here who really study music.
Yeah.
And I mean, music in this like essence, like there's an actual science to sound. And if you like take time to study the science of sound and the composing of sound and how arrangement goes and this, that, what have you, then, you know, you start to see, oh, okay. Like, I already know that this song's gonna be good just off the first two notes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gotta listen to a whole.
I could feel that. Like, I feel that automatically. It is really a gift. Like, oh, that's a gift from God. I really believe in that.
As I said, you're a tapped man. Like, you're tapped in. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like you just feel it on a level that only a few really can. And you really have to be tapped in on that level to really feel it, just to know off bat, you know what?
Of course.
Please don't play this song. You know what?
I really can feel that instantly. Like, that's not it.
Right.
And I'm not gonna hold you. Like, there has been times where like I've gone back and I'm like, okay, maybe I was a little wrong about this. So like, you know, maybe I like prejudged too soon. But for the most part, I know what I'm listening to, and that ain't it.
You know what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
And if it
I could see it. I could really like.
You can literally see what it's supposed to sound like. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't look anything like what you have, no, man, that ain't even me. No, you know what? Erase that, please. Go. Thank you. All right. Delete. Okay.
Years in the making. So, you know, it's for sure been a very interesting process to endure, but also just watch. And every time I finish a song, I'm always in awe. Like, this came from nothing. This came from an idea, and it's a whole record now. Like, so I just always find a lot of joy in that.
Well, man, okay. So we're about to talk about some of this stuff you've been doing now. All right. You know, these past couple of months leading up to here now. All right.
Okay.
So people, check it out now. All right. Our good friend, Mr. Ryan Lane over here was just recently on Shaggy, Mr. You know, Boom Bastard, reggae star. Y'all know. Okay,
Right.
That's old school. Yeah, I just hit y'all with that. But he was just on, you know, the Christmas album, and what, you released a song called I Wanna?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Not only that, though, wait a minute, hold on, y'all. I mean, I still got more for y'all now, okay? Provided 3 songs to BET. Who y'all watching? Lovely station. Hip Hop Holiday, all right? But not only that, I'm gonna take y'all a little bit on the Wayback Machine real quick, all right? So everybody knows I'm a fan of hip hop, all right? True hip hop, all right? To the point where I even call it rap, because before it was hip hop, it was rap. And I remember when it wasn't cool to be hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
That's how far back I go, all right?
Right.
I remember what, man, like, yeah. Anyway, in 2019, at the VMAs Video Music Awards, y'all, okay, he shared the stage with Naughty by Nature, Wyclef Jean from the Fugees, man, and the one and only, man, she's still in my heart, man, she just don't know it yet, Queen Latifah. Okay, all right, Queen Latifah, man, look here, all these are great. I want to start with this 2019 DMAs. Like, what was it like to share the stage with these like legends, man? Please take me through that.
Crazy. But it goes back to what I was saying. Not kind of goes back. It goes back to what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
The preparation I already had from the Harlem Boys Choir was just already the alignment of like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. You know, I've already had previously had performed with these other people, so I know how to act in a way. I'm not like fanning out on the inside. I'm going crazy.
Right.
Stay professional and do my thing. So funny. I was on my way home from work that morning. I had worked overnight.
Okay.
The VMAs was like 3 days away. I actually made a video of this. I was on my way home on the highway with my boss. My boss was driving me home. And I said to her, I was like, yo, I'm supposed to be doing something with the VMAs. I swear to you.
Right.
I got home, I took a nap. My producer called me and was like, yo, what are you doing? And I was like, I legit had just gotten home. Like,
right.
I think I had slept for like maybe like 2 hours. I napped. I think I got home at like 9 in the morning, went to bed at like 11 in the morning. He called me at like 1.
Wow.
I'm like, he was like, yo, I need you on some like backgrounds for, you know, the performance, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. In my mind, I'm like, first of all, I just got home. I'm exhausted. Like, I haven't slept. I got to go back to work tonight. Right. So I need my little sleep. But I'm like, I just put this in the universe. Like, I just was saying to myself, like, yo, I'm supposed to be doing something with the VMAs. Mm-hmm. And I got myself together. I slept for however long on the way there, which wasn't a long time. You know, I went from Harlem into Jersey.
Okay.
Did the background vocals. We wasn't even supposed to be on the stage. It was just the background vocals. But I feel like once we got to the studio and they talked about how we was dressed and it just really matched the swag of the group. It was like, oh, we putting you guys on stage with us. We was like, what?
Right, like, huh?
And then we got the roster of who was performing. We was like, oh, Queen Latifah, Wyclef Jean, Fetty Wap, Redman, like everybody who was from Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when I tell you, I take nothing for granted. And just to get these confirmations in my life these past few years has just been a complete blessing. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't supposed to be doing nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just really enjoy what I'm doing. I love the people I'm around. I love the opportunities. And I'm around people who know what they're doing. I'm not around no snakes who's like trying to, you know, take 20% and do all of this nonsense. Like, nah, it's just genuine love. And it's just fire, man. Like,
love and
the experience working with them was crazy. Like, I admire Queen Latifah so much growing up because Queen Latifah has a scar on her forehead right here.
Yeah, right in the middle, yep.
And I have a scar as well right there. And I used to always feel some type of way about that scar on my head. And once I saw that Queen Latifah had that same scar, I was just like, yo, like, I love this lady. Like, we got that in common. Mind you, I didn't get to tell her that story in person because I didn't want to be like, oh, shit. So I just like, you know, but her and I will always have that moment. And even like Wyclef Jean, we was able to sing backgrounds on Gone to November. I used to love that song growing up. Like, I used to think about myself packing a bag and running away till November. Like, I used to love that song. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just all makes sense, bro. Like, I would, and once again, I would do it all over again. I would do it all over again.
Man, for real, for real. Shout out to Wyclef Jean, because I'm not going to the Carnival was, man, everybody be tripping about the Carnival album, but that Carnival album was pretty damn dope.
Yes.
It was pretty damn dope. I mean, they don't want to call it a classic, but it's a classic because he had hits on it. And Gone to November, man, look at that, and Anything Can Happen and all them other things, man, look at it. Anyway, we ain't gonna go down that album. All right. So, look, like I said before, man, Ryan Lang, okay? Man, he's been all around, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Man, Harlem Boys Choir pretty much, you know, gave him, you know, pretty much introduced him to the world. Man, when he got introduced, he's been there ever since, and he's still here now, all right? So, let me just ask, like, you got anything, like, man, is there a new single on the way or a video, or we working on an EP or something? Like, what's next for Ryan Lang?
Yeah, honestly, when I get this question, I feel like I always answer it the same way. Everything is next, bro. Like, you know, I'm just really in the space of now really elevating everything that I'm doing. I do have an EP on the way, 2 EPs on the way. An EP I already had in the works, and an EP I just recently recorded. And my goal is to just keep feeding people the music. Like, I just want to be in everybody's earphones at this point. I want to be in your speakers, you know what I'm saying? So everything from clothing, teaching, I still want to do my mentoring, writing songs, artist development. I want to put my hand on everything, because everything I put my hands on turns to gold. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to keep on doing that. Like, everything I'm supposed to be doing, I'm going to keep on doing. So everything is on the way. New music, new videos. You know, as far as like my Instagram, just keep putting up new content and just staying creative. Like, all of that stuff really feeds my soul and what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna keep on moving. I'm still painting. I'm still doing all of that. So everything is coming up next.
Okay, all right. That's what. Hey, man, look here, ladies and gentlemen. Like I told y'all, alchemist. All right, man. It doesn't matter, whatever it is.
I read that book. I read that book because honestly, I've been feeling this way for a couple of years now, and after I read the book, it just really made sense. I was like, wow, The Alchemist is really what it is. So,
look, I just met Ryan today. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just letting y'all know. All right. So, man, this is supposed to happen, as he said.
Absolutely.
All right. So now if people want to listen to the music or, man, just get in contact with you or, man, just check you out, just see everything you got going on, see some of that content. I know you said you had the Instagram, but how else can they get in contact with you, or how else can they keep?
Yeah. Everything across the board, everything on my social media is exactly the same. I am Ryan Lane, all one word. You can also contact me at ryanlanemusic@gmail.com. And yeah, like I do respond, I do talk back, I do follow back. So
okay. Okay. Well, no, because people, man, some people be like, yeah, follow me here, do this, and then when
next thing you know, it ain't saying nothing, you like hello. Like,
so yes, people, man, you hit up Ryan will hit you back. All right, there you go. Okay. Man, I am really upset that I've come to the very last question of my show.
Yes, sir. It's all right.
This is the question that
we'll have another time. It's okay.
Man, I just want to say, look, Ryan part of the family, so he got to come back.
Coming back.
He don't know it, but we gonna get him back. We don't know when, but we gonna get him back. Right? So
I'll be back for sure.
All right, there you go.
I have a lot of things on the way, right? Like I'll be back.
You got things on the way, so you got to come back. All right. But man, let me just ask this question, Mr. Ryan Lane.
Yes, sir.
What is the one word that best describes you and why?
Philip Beyonce in that Pretty Hurts video. One word that best describes me. Energy, I would say. I'd say energy.
I like that.
I feel like I bring like a moonlight aura situation with me. You feel me? Like, so I'd say energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Man, I'm gonna use force. All right.
Force is energy. I mean,
energy. Okay. All right. I mean, I know we're pretty much saying the same thing, but it's like,
I like that.
Yeah. Like, or I could use the word I've been using, alchemist. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Like, I mean, man, like when I'm gonna go back to it before, when you're tapped in, ladies and gentlemen, when you're really truly tapped into what it is that you do and love, it's not really work. You can do it anytime. You can do it in different aspects that isn't deemed like normal or like the regular, like man, I'm cutting my hair. Oh man, you know what? I got this. Da 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 da. Man, I just had, man, you know what? I'm gonna write a remix to that. Dude,
yeah.
You ain't even finished cutting your hair. Yeah, but I just wrote 2 songs.
Right.
2 bangers at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I just wrote 2 bangers at that. So yeah, like, yeah, okay, let me get up and cut my hair. So there you go.
Yeah.
No, man, like, man.
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
There you go, bro. There you go. And man, look, seriously, dude, I wish you nothing but the best. And we gonna be looking out, man. We gonna be looking out for you. And we gonna be seeing
things on the way. It's some things on the way. So I'm definitely excited for everything that's about to come. So just stay on the lookout. And I just want to thank everybody for the support. Everybody's comments, the likes, all of that. Like, I just really appreciate like all the love from everybody. So it's been a great journey so far.
That's what's up, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's up. And once again, brother, I thank you for being on this platform today, man. And I thank you for your transparency. I thank you for all your words, bro. All right.
Thank you for having me, bro.
No problem.
I appreciate you.
No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been, Ty Brown, Word with Ty Brownlow. I am your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Word with Ty Brownlow, or go to my website, tybrownlow.com. Get this wonderful interview, other great interviews. It's Ryan Lang.
Yes, sir.
Harlem World, we out. Peace.
Harlem World.